I like my t-shirt. I know y'all see it. Hey y'all. It's your man Rico the Opinionist. I'm back on my YouTube channel. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe. Whew, got some relief today that I take a stroll out today. And the wind is blowing a little bit. It's tolerable. This was a scorcher today. And I'm not complaining because it is a scorcher. It's called, no, during the summertime. It's called the summertime, so it's going to be hot, which is fine. But so I pick and choose my times when to come outside. I'm not going to work. I'm on the inside, but later in the evening, good time to come on out. But for those of you who've been kind of wondering, hey, when is he gonna do another one? Another live? Well, I'm here, and thank you so much. And please continue to like, share, and subscribe. Hold on one second, y'all. So, but anyway, and of course, y'all know I had to come back on after watching against my better judgment this year's BET Awards. Every year they always it's with some mess. Every year there's some foolishness with their doggone BET Awards, and this year was no different. It's like I think the producers. Let's get this straight. We know BET hasn't been black owned in 30 years or 20 years or whatever. So it's basically it is a property of Viacom that owns MTV, VH1, and a host of other media platforms on television. And so when Bob Johnson sold BET to non-black owners, well, there went the soul of BET. Matter of fact, sold its soul. And it's been some trash ever since. They tried to keep it up for a little while, but I don't know who's running it now. It's like they purposely produced the BET Awards and the BET Hip Hop Awards to purposely embarrass black people. It's like they're doing it on purpose. I am convinced after this year, well, I've been convinced years ago because I didn't watch the damn show, but this year, there's people around me watching this, so I said, okay, I'll check it out. And I'll be damned. Uh, Number one, if you haven't watched it, you did yourself a favor. But you'll be hearing a lot of this. How they had, and I called my mom. I asked her because she was watching. I said, "Hey, you notice that there are no men on the show? All women. And where do they do that at? Now, if it was a show called BET Her, cause they have a BET is already a women's network, black women's network. They just have guys on, I think, just for decorations. But they also created another station called BET Her, or under the BET umbrella, and that means it's just for women, black women, like Oprah did with OWN, just for women, black women. So now, see if this was a BET Her award show, I would understand. All these women, it is what it is, like Black Girls Rock, shows like that. But this was supposed to be the BET Awards, is honoring African Americans or black people in the entertainment industry, from acting and singing, and I guess dancing. But the BET Awards is basically, I guess it's a music awards show. They throw some acting in there, but nah. There's one of R&B singers, and they all hope and pray that Beyonce comes back. Y'all can nominate all y'all want to. Beyonce never coming back to that trash can. When she started off, y'all got her 2 performances out of her. Y'all ain't coming back to that. Cause y'all, and a lot of times when these black artists, they get a huge white audience or white acceptance, they don't come back to the black shows that gave them their career, gave them their first start at the spotlight. Nah. Beyonce's too big for the Beige Entertainment Television Network, or the Broken Entertainment Network, or the Beastly Entertainment Network, whatever the bullshit is now. So it was amazing. It was almost pretty much like a lesbian affair, lesbian award show, because it had just all women. And no one likes to see attractive women doing their thing more than I do. However, we're gonna have to be honest. This was some trash. And then the people who are winning, you know, and the performances, I think they were trying to have like a twerk off. Because every young woman that performed from Megan Thee Stallion all the way down, I think Tyler tried to check her little cuppy cakes, you know, her little cute self. But they were upset because she won Entertainer of the Year from Sexy Red. Uh, the Tidy Bowl man can win Entertainer, the best new artist over Sexy Red. But what I want to do, I want all of us to stop acting like Sexy Red is just the worst thing out of all these female rappers. Sexy Red is not the worst. She's among them. You know who's worse? Who's just as disgusting and nasty and ratchet as she is? Megan Thee Stallion, Ice Spice, Mulatto, Big Lotto. Now she's trying to get y'all to call her Big Mama. And she got away from Mulatto because somebody must have got on and said, well, you know, that's not a word that we use anymore. It's like, it's indicative of your race, which she's biracial. So she changes to Big Lotto to shorten it from Mulatto. Now she wants y'all to call her Big Mama. She's trying to get away completely from her race. We still see your white mama and your white dad, so cut it out. Go and be Big Lotto. You are Mulatto. You are biracial. No, I was saying about Mulatto, you know, she decided to go ratchet as her way of connecting with the black community. And I don't like that. I don't, that's not the black community I recognize as being a part of who we are. You know, hold on. Wait a minute. Okay. So that's not, whenever these rap people say, for the culture, what are y'all talking about? I'm not a part of the nigga culture. That's a bunch of thug thought foolishness. And BET caters to that. And it goes to what the brother Childish Gambino said. He said, well, damn, I have more Grammy Awards, from white folks than Will Smith. But at the Black Awards, I have the same amount of awards to the fat, out of shape, so-called R&B singer, white, out of England, Sam Smith. But for some reason, BET won't. They don't award or recognize black people who don't act thuggish, or they don't participate in like thug movies or ratchet TV shows. But I thought BET was for black entertainment, not nigger entertainment. Well, that's what it appears to be. But they say for the culture. Well, I don't subscribe to that culture. I grew up in the inner city. There's a little more dignity and class than that. Yeah, because you're low income, it doesn't mean you have to be low brow. And say BET is only doing it. It's so indicative of of them being sold to another company that's not black, because they're acting just like all the stereotypes. And I don't appreciate it. BET needs to come out and make a statement. Or the black folks who continue to work there, y'all need to make a statement, because people are sick of that. And Childish Gambino, Corey Glover, who's in cool movies, and he had that show Atlanta that people loved. He said, well, damn. And he even threw a shot at them. They're so stupid, they didn't even get it. He said, well, so do I need to act in a movie, Baby Boy? You know, it's a hood classic. And what he was saying was, damn. So the only black we are, the only black that y'all recognize as black entertainment television is thug and thought and nigga? That's pretty much what he said. And they're so stupid in their audience. They're so hood and ignorant. And they didn't know the man was insulting. He threw a shot at him. See, those of us who are above that fray, well, we knew what he was talking about. And he had every right to say that, and he made a valid point. And there are a lot of us who don't subscribe to thug and thought and nigga, who are black. And that's not black culture. When I think of black culture, I think of those who stood up for us, who were dignified, who were educators. Even if they didn't have a PhD, they had a GED, but they behaved like human beings. They didn't do all that mess that they're getting awards for. So it's just the craziest thing. So now, I had a maid at the mall. And so you got he was asking me about my shirt. And so, so it doesn't make any sense that we just continue to allow this behavior. There should be a huge boycott of BET. I can expect black stereotypes to be thrown out by the major networks. But this is supposed to be something that encompasses black culture. When did black culture become like this? I don't accept it. And so shout out to you, Childish Gambino, Corey Glover, for pointing that out. How is Sam Smith outdoing you at the Black Entertainment Television Awards? So, let me see, who is this? Hold on, y'all. Maybe I got my glass so I can't see my shades. Who's this? All right, so anyway, there was nobody. So, but anyway, let me see who else. I saw Will Smith perform. Move on past that. Will didn't even look at home. And I like Will, but he didn't feel at home. He didn't look at home. So I guess that's his ritual way of getting back into, I guess, the good graces of the black audience. Will, you ain't have to do all that. And then the song you picked, man, it was just, I didn't like it. If anything, just continue to make movies and people move on. But for you to actually come out of yourself to make a direct, to come onto the BET Awards, and it's interesting how, you came to the BET Awards, what, you finna make another CD now? If you make another CD for that crowd, you gotta have Future on there. Gotta have Drake. You gotta have one of these Uzi Verts. You gotta have one of these rappers, these drill rappers on there. If you're trying to rap like real hip hop, they're not gonna accept you. Because you don't say nigga in your rap, Will. You don't talk about killing other black people, Will. You don't talk about killing other black men, Will. So how are you? So there's no way you can appeal to that crowd at the BET Awards. That's a thug, thought nigga crowd with some decent people sprinkled amongst them. I saw some cool people amongst all the almost like the savage-like people. So I know you can't be dropping a CD because black folks won't buy your music, Will. Your music is clean, it's wholesome, it's fun, and nobody gets hurt at your concerts. So they're not gonna, so I don't get it, but you're still my man in the movies, Will, but I didn't care for that. Then you brought out, you knew it was pandering, you brought out that weird ass, Will, it's almost like you approached it like a white person did, bro. You really put out all the stops. At first, let me do a gospel rap that talks about Jesus and God. Okay, pander number one. Then we bring out the choir. Pander number two. Then, oh my God. You brought out Kirk Franklin. We were done then. Come on, Will. You that was offensive. It was insulting, Will Smith. You shouldn't have done that, bro. If you wanted to get back to, you should have done one of those cool ass hip hop raps. You and Jazzy Jeff should have just performed and moved on. That's what you should have done, Will. Who do you be talking to? That was some trash. It's a pretty good song somewhere, but we know it was pandering, bro. Why the hell did you add that little miniature weird ass Kirk Franklin with some white boots on? God damn. Weird. So we didn't buy it, Will. I'm sorry, man. Just go and make another decent movie and hush, move on. Damn. So, cause you shouldn't have done it in the first damn place. Smack Chris Rock. You shouldn't have done that. But move on, man. We don't care. Don't stop trying to, because you ain't never been trying to get in the good graces of blacks. You've been living in your Bel Air or your Calabasas compound and doing you and whatever you do. You weren't hanging out with black people. That's why you looked uncomfortable at the BET Awards, Will. And it's cool, because you don't hang out with black people. You certainly don't hang out with that level of blacks. Those are inner city hood, rap thug, power, black mafia family business kind of blacks. You don't hang out with them people. So you look like an uncomfortable Caucasian man around a bunch of black folks. But anyway, still my dude. I'm just telling you the truth, bro. So next, what else, Will? Then let me see him. And then I'm not gonna go by each performance because I'll be all day. I just want to hit the fine points. And again, let me go back to saying that, I appreciate the little act, the little Van Van and little Eris. I thought that was a very precious performance. Those two little girls especially little Van Van. I love little Van Van. They did that little cute little song. I thought it was precious. Her and Eris, you know, T.I. and Tiny's little daughter. I thought that was very precious. The performances, you know, as again, I think all the women were trying to out twerk each other. And it was so interesting, so funny. I'm from Memphis, so y'all know Glorilla was on there, right? And it's gotten so bad that they done had her to pull her pants down. And Lord Jesus, she let Megan Thee Stallion set her up, send her out. Megan Thee Stallion twerking all that she had with camel toe everywhere. And got messed around, and Glorilla, they pulled her pants off Jesus, in my Aunt Esther voice. Pulled her pants off Jesus. And she went to twerking her little patty cakes. Precious. Precious. So go on. And look at somebody that ate some red beans and rice over the last 6 months and got her a little pooty poot. A little pooty poot. Little Glorilla. Come on, baby. And so, and then the twerk fest continued. Who else? It was just, and let's go next to, by the way, they had her, Big Lotto, that little Tinashe. Where did they get that little bad built little light skinned chick at? Man, nobody. No, I like slender chicks, but I like slender chicks with shape, like Megan Good. With a shape. Tinashe looks like legs. There's it was covered by a box, square box, no boot, just god damn. Pretty girl, but she ain't got no body. Keep your clothes on, Tinashe. Damn. And so next, who else? Hold on a second, y'all. Do this real quick. So next, who else? Let me see, her. But I will tell y'all the winner of the twerk contest is that damn Ice Spice. Was that damn Ice Spice? I'm gonna tell you something about that little mulatto, Casper the ghost color ass girl. No color, but she got body for days. I had to give it to her. Mulatto is prettier than she is. Ice Spice is not that cute, but boy, she got body. I'm telling you, I was sitting in my lazy boy. I was damn near, as the old folks would say, I was damn near retching in my pocket for some change or some loose dollar bills. I was about to run to the bathroom and grab that hard towel anyway. My goodness, Ice Spice. Each one I'm trying to out twerk the work, but that damn Ice Spice did. I had to give it to her little ugly self. She ain't cute. She has no color, but she got body. God damn, she must got a black auntie. Whew. Let me give y'all a minute. Oh, y'all give me a minute. And so, but I want to say thank you so much for saving the show, Lauryn Hill. Because I smiled, I had a blast, I had fun. Lauryn Hill did the damn thing. Then she brought out her son, YG. I'm still growing because I didn't know him that well, but I like his music, you know, just regular reggae. And of course, she brought my man Wyclef, and they did a Fugees reunion. I loved it. Lauryn Hill, see, you can't beat the old school. This new school is trash. Not all, but too many. And I'm not going to be too judgmental. But shout out to Miss Lauryn Hill. Thank you, baby, for being there. Thank you for adding fun, for adding talent, for adding entertainment to the BET Awards this year. You did it, Lauren. And she didn't have to really do too much. But can I go back to the lesbian effect? Real quick. Let's talk about when Coco Jones brought her little tall, goofy, bad body built self down the aisle, and she rubbed and swooned at all the women. She kind of gave the guys the look up and down, but she touched all the ladies. And she did a little dip, and then she went to Usher's wife and want to pull her up there. And I guess said, well, since you're sitting next to her, Usher, let me grab you too. Usher looked like, oh, baby, it's all right. But no. You know, it was just so, and that's like, it was cringe. I said, what's wrong with these young ladies? They're such little bisexuals and full lesbians. And I've never seen women that be so into women like that. It's so gay. And as y'all know, here's my teacher. It's okay not to be gay, but I guess that's how people paying their bills now. And the women have signed off on it, man, hook, line, and sinker. They're okay with black women that sign on to this gay thing face first, no pun intended. Dived in face first, no pun intended. However, that whole thing, then the whole Usher tribute. All these men that could have killed that song and had the ladies swooning. But y'all had all these with non-singing ass women. They danced okay, but there's a bunch of half dancing ass women. Half singing ass women. And Chloe Bailey, put your clothes on, sweetheart, because you talking about bad build look. You just thick and jiggly. You really have a shape. I know I'm going in because I know what fine women look like. I'm 55 years old. I grew up in the 80s and the 90s where black women were born with shapes. Bad, cute, naturally. But these young women today, it's something about them being box shaped or wide booty but flat. They don't have that bubble. They don't have that dip in their waist. You know, Coke bottle, they don't. So that's why they getting BBLs. Hold on a second. Did y'all see how awful that damn Summer Walker look? Oh man, I'm telling you, these are young women. These ain't no 45-year-old chicks. They're terrible. Say, God damn. Y'all young women just ain't naturally fine, except for Ice Spice. Ugly stuff. But it was just terrible. And that again, Chloe Bailey, put your damn clothes back on, baby. Wear pretty dresses and nice kind of form-fitting pants. No, dress very feminine, because you doing naked don't work for you. Your sister looked better in her dress, covered, than you did with your little naked jumpsuit on. Because you're shapeless. You wanna halfway be the black girl thing, but you and your sister raised up in a 2-parent household in the suburbs. And it kills me, y'all black girls who grew up in the suburbs with healthy running families, but y'all try to be as ratchet as ghetto as actually black girls who grew up in ratchetness and ghetto. It's the weirdest shit. It's just the mulatto, cut it out, baby. No, so anyway, now I want to get to Taraji P. Henson. I don't know if she was smoking, she was on pills, or she had snorted a line of cocaine, but that was some foolishness. Taraji, you fucked up a couple of times. And, you know, and the one that I knew everybody was going to be talking about you today was how you just, when you were giving out the flowers, you just really just flubbed up that whole thing with Keith Lee. You talking about for the culture. How y'all for the culture? Y'all didn't know Keith Lee. Keith Lee been going around the restaurants for about a year helping everybody. If he comes to your restaurant, if he likes your food, you finna get 10,000 customers in the next 4 hours. So everybody on social media now, outside of social media, know who that brother is. And one thing about that man, since I've been checking him out really on this page, that young man is the nicest man on the planet. Easy going. His wife is even nicer. Just a cool young brother. I thumbs up. I'm finna give him 10 out of 10 just for the human being that he is. Cool dude. And I don't even own a restaurant. But I appreciate him. We need more people like him that's cool and he's mannerable, he's dignified, that's a cool brother. And so, and he sat there, he watched her just flub it. Now this broad, Taraji P, they may need to rethink you as being the host next year. You might be too old for it, or you just need to stop squeezing BET in with your other gigs. It sounds like something you just running through. And stop trying to act like you so young. Bitch, you 55. Be a lady. You know, they need to let people like Angela Bassett host the show. Bring some class to it. Because all this ratchet, yes, honey, you better know. Yes, baby, yeah, you girl, honey. You know, what's... BET, y'all have some classier hosts. And make them dress dignified. Because Taraji, what you did there, young man, you know, you tried to clean it up. Let me tell you, for those of you who didn't watch the show. She was going down the aisle giving people their flowers. And she didn't even know Dr. Bobby Jones. She didn't call him by his name. She said, sir, thank you for all that you do. And Dr. Bobby Jones, why in the hell do you keep bringing your ultra-religious ass to this twerk fest every year? Yeah, they twerked in your face, and you're like, oh, my God. You know, who's that? Sexy Red and Sukiyana twerked their ass all in your face. But why do you keep showing up to that? I'm curious. Dr. Bobby, you religious folks, y'all, you so-called Christian pastors and bishops, y'all if one of these little tramps, if I'm supposed to be the big preacher that everybody respect, you think I'd bring my ass back to BET and then try to sit on the front row or in the midst of all of that? You got to be out your mind. So he's part of the setup. But Dr. Bobby Jones, keep your old ass at home. Do Bible study or something on the night. And it's Sunday too. Should have had your ass at home doing Bible study with people who need their souls saved. What you doing at the BET Awards? Worse than Kirk Franklin. So now, now she's supposed to be talking to Keith Lee. We all looking, waiting on her to acknowledge. She said, I want to give my flowers to, this brother look like Method Man. And she talking to the dude, not next to Keith Lee, but next to Keith Lee's wife. And the brother had to say, no. She said, I know you don't want to give 9 out of 10 for some food. Silly shit. He point like, no, it's him. It's him. And this dumb broad gonna back up and too busy running her damn mouth. She said, oh, okay, well, give him a flower too. He cute too. Call me. Wait a minute, bitch, did you see his wife sitting right next to him? And Keith Lee just like, he smiled it off and was very dignified and cordial about this silly chick. Then she finally introduced whoever the next act was. It was weird. So Taraji P, that was a big faux pas, and they've been on her ass all day. She needs it. So next, and finally, but I can go on and on, but I want to say this. And let me take my glasses off, my shades. Usher, thank you so much, brother, for the words that you had about fatherhood and fathers and black men. Because that was the only example of black manhood that was shown throughout that day next to, I guess, the appearance of Childish Gambino, but to really directly use your time that was dedicated to you for your lifetime achievement, and you dedicated the bulk of it, all of it, just about to the celebration of black fathers and the existence of black men. I appreciate that. Because people don't do that. They don't celebrate black fathers. They don't celebrate black men like that. And at the BET Awards, they certainly don't do it because it's so LGBT now. It's so feminist now. God, thank you, man. And I heard what you said about your father. Every fifth young black man or black man that's older has a story about a father not being there. I even wrote mine in a short story. It's called, and I thank you for it. And all the other stuff you said was cool. A lot of people didn't get a chance to hear it because you started using cuss words. Usher, you can't cuss on live TV, bro. Meaning they were saying shit and bitch, but you can't say the F word. And you know that, Usher. You've been around for 30 years. You've been on TV shows. So I understand you were emotional about it and paying homage to the men who helped you. But you shouldn't have used the F word because that deprived people who were listening, watching the show at that time of all they had to say. But thank you to the modern technology or the modern wonderfulness. What's up, Jeff? Of social media. I got a chance to hear the entire speech on TikTok today, and it was awesome. Everything you said, and I appreciate it. And as I was about to say, a lot of black men have that. A lot of men in general. But I'm talking about us. We have those stories. I wrote mine down in a short story. Hey, if anybody out here would like to read it, and I can send it to you in a PDF format, I wrote it down. It's pretty cool. Because I met my dad at age 39, but I found out about him at the age of 22 by accident. My mom, had no intention of ever telling me about him. Found out by accident, but I wrote the whole story even when I met him in person. I'm going to tell you what he said. When I went to his address, I just pulled up at his house. He'd been in my hometown all that time. Rang the doorbell, he came out and introduced myself and all that. He asked me, he said, hey, how'd you find me? I said, Google Maps, MapQuest. This was in 2008. And he said, well, I have to give you an A for effort because I've worked aggressively over the years to prevent you from ever finding me. That's what my biological dad said to me upon first laying eyes on me for the first time in my life that I know of. But my mom said he came to the house when I was about 11 months old and said, yeah, he's mine, but he disappeared or what have you. So, and if anybody would like to read that story, I call it a short story because it's only 50 pages. It's called The Greatest Pain I Ever Felt. Conversation with the absent biological father who never wanted to be found. And it's only $10. Y'all cash at me $10 and send me an email address. I can send it to you through email or PayPal, $10. Uh, Please include an email address because it's in a PDF format. So feel free if you like to read it. It's people who bought it say like this. It's pretty cool, and it took me a long time to write this down. It was pretty tough, but I did, and I want to encourage other men who've gone through this to write it down or talk about it. So anyway, thank you again, Usher, for that, man. That was big. That was really huge for a man of your platform and your stature to use your time to talk about what's going on with you. And I know you said that all what he did. I look what I took with and made of it. Look what I made of it. I became a success. But the mere fact that you still talk about it and in that way lets you know that you're still hurting. You still would like to meet him and have a conversation. So Usher's dad, if you're somewhere, man, he don't want nothing from you just to say hey or why. Why'd you leave? That's all anybody ever wants. Like, well, why'd you go? Because the moms don't ever be as truthful as they should be because because their ego and pride won't allow them to be vulnerable and tell the truth of actually what happened. So it's easier to blame the dad who's not there. And Usher said something. He said, I have this name of a man who didn't love me, who left me because he didn't love me. Then he said, if y'all paying attention, that's my perspective. Meaning that's all he was allowed to think because his mom obviously did not intervene and say, no, son, this is what actually happened. So y'all moms out there, y'all leaving these sons with these open wounds, these daughters with these open wounds, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Again, if you like a copy, hear my story, $ Rico the Opinionist or $ Rico Rivers. It's out. It's in the description box, my cash apps. And please send an email address. I'll be more than happy to forward you a copy of my story. I think it was something else I wanted to mention. Oh yeah, you said did y'all see how they were just pandering about this damn voting and not just voting, but voting Democrat? I didn't like that. It lets you know that BET is just another wing of the Democratic Party. Y'all better vote because your life depended on it. Our freedoms. Let me say this. And I'm so glad that black people are waking up to that kind of pandering and lying. Every 2 and 4 years, the Democrat comes with, the Republicans are racist. They're about to take your voting rights away. They're about to take your freedoms away. They say the same shit. You know why? Because every 4 years when they're elected by 94 to 97% of black people, they don't do anything for black folks. And they're not going to do anything for black folks. And Kamala Harris said the shit. When it comes to policy and legislation, I'm not going to do anything specifically for black folks. Why she does specific things for Asians, homosexuals, immigrants, Latinos, white women, and everybody else, Ukrainians, Israel. But when it comes to black, I'm not going to do anything specifically for black people. But you're going to have your ass at the Broken Entertainment Awards. And you and Taraji do that fake ass, weird ass interaction on your cell phone like y'all FaceTiming and talk that dumb ass shit. Well, we have to be careful. They're trying to take our rights. If y'all paying attention, they never mentioned anything about black men in that exchange. All they talking about, they losing our rights and women, they're taking away women's right to. Always about women, gays, and immigrants. But I digress. That's the Democratic Party. So anyway, again, thank you, Usher. And if y'all want my short story, hit me up. Y'all can replay this, and I'll tell you. It tells you how you can get it. Y'all enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank y'all so much. Your man Rico, the Opinionist. Y'all be cool. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.